Over the past several years, we've seen multiple cities making headlines with dangerous levels of lead in water supply, among them Newark, New Jersey. And Vice President Kamala Harris scheduled to visit that city tomorrow to recognize its accomplishment of replacing nearly 23,000 lead water service lines in record time, just under 3 years.
Well, let's bring in now the man that led that effort, the mayor of the great city of Newark, New Jersey, Ras J. Baraka. Sir, it is good to have you here with us. Congratulations. You had a city that was in crisis just a few years ago. We're handing out bottled water to some residents because the water was not safe to drink. You replaced all these lines and you did it in 3 years. How'd you pull this off?
With a lot of help and a lot of prayer. The county, the state, all of us, came together. We put our heads down and figured out how to get this done as quickly as possible. We raised the dollars. We raised more money for debt service payments. And I think just the capital cost of it is so large, which makes it difficult for most cities to be able to get it done.
Mayor, we're going to see federal infrastructure dollars start rolling into cities across this country. What advice do you have to other mayors, to other city leaders to actually take that money and get it done as you have in record time and addressing the specific problems they have? How do you do it?
Well, I think the key is collaboration. If you can't collaborate with the rest of your partners, it's going to be difficult. It's impossible to get done without your local council. You're going to have to pass laws on a state level, on a local level, to be able to change people's lead service lines. You're going to be able to get that money into the hands of contractors very quickly and build an infrastructure to be able to get these lead service lines changed as quickly as possible. So it's going to take a lot of work. It's a heavy lift, but collaboration is really the key between all of the partners.
Well, Mr. Mayor, this is not optional. We're talking about something that so many of us take for granted, just clean drinking water. And you talk about all the people, there has to be collaboration, there has to be money, but this has to get done. And I know the EPA administrator is going to be there with you, and he focuses, this is one of his points here, is about making sure that some of the black and brown communities who are disproportionately impacted oftentimes by this drinking water. So what do you say to those other communities? Like, you don't have a choice, but we talk about drinking water.
That's right. You don't have a choice. And I think the problem is that most people were relying on corrosion control to stop lead from leaching from pipes. The problem is that is not foolproof, and that these lines should have been removed decades ago. And so we have to focus on that, just complete infrastructure change, pull those lead service lines out as quickly as possible. So you have to be laser-like focused on getting this done, using the infrastructure dollars and using it correctly, and even creating a large public works project, as we did in Newark, to make this about the community and get the community involved in getting this completed for you.
Yeah, and you've gotten it done. So you're going to be receiving some federal infrastructure money as well. So what is the next big project you have your eye on there in Newark?
Well, there's more that we have to do around our water infrastructure, obviously, in terms of resiliency and flooding and combined sewer overflow. We have to spend some of those dollars there. And we also are trying to make sure, because we have our own Wi-Fi, that everybody in the city has access to low-cost or no-cost broadband. And we're going to try to expand that throughout the city using the same kind of plan we used to remove the lead service lines, to begin to expand broadband to every resident in our town.
And of course, sir, we know the news we're just seeing this week, the governor there of your state, Governor New Jersey, says he's going to lift some mask mandates, not going to require it in schools even. You all still have the ability there to make your own decisions. Where do you think you're headed there in the city in terms of your schools and in terms of the city in terms of mask mandates in the upcoming days and weeks?
Well, we've been following the governor closely. Thank God we have a governor that believes in science and is sane. There are some things that we did a little differently in Newark because we have a high black and brown population who suffer disproportionately from this virus. And so we may, if it's a couple of days, a couple of weeks, try to round out what it is that we're doing here, figure out what our data and our numbers say, and then we're going to go with him or not too far behind him, that's for sure.
All right. Newark Mayor Ras J. Baraka, thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate having you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a highlight to have a sane person as your governor. That was a nice nugget there.
We had a fun little glance at each other when he said that, all right?
Well, hey.
Hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.